We're live. Spence, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
I'm a little angry, but how are you doing?
Man, I am splendid. I cannot complain. I feel pretty good.
Life's good for you then, huh?
Yeah, man. Why you angry, bro?
Bro, my last two red zone games have me in the pits, but that's a later discussion. Later discussion. A little more of a inside zone discussion. Insider trading
Oh,
discussion.
I got you. Spicy. Okay.
Motherfuckers. So, we're talking offline, and I want to do a tier list, right? Everyone does the rankings and tier lists, but we can use the web to our advantage and get a good visual, man. What do you think?
Bro, I think this is a great idea. All these fancy tier lists. Everyone's got their own opinions, right? And
Yep.
we're gonna give ours.
Yeah, man. So it's something that I've been wanting to do, and I'm not too good with like fucking spreadsheets and shit. So this is like perfect because I can just point and click, and then we can just give commentary and talk some shit. And this is gonna be spicy. It's gonna take a little bit of time, so let's get right into it, huh?
All right, let's do it, bro. I'm with it.
We can go right down the list here. 32 teams, easy ranking. Can you see my screen? You're good, right?
I can see you.
Great.
I'm good.
Titans. Andy, I'll let you go first.
So it's weird because like we haven't set like a really good baseline yet.
Hold on, before you go, do you understand the rankings, right? S tier, A tier, B tier.
Yeah.
Not your social intelligence, the Alabama education system.
No, you know it's bad. You know it's bad. But I'm hip. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. So I'm gonna put Andy in the. I'm putting him in the C tier. And that's I'm trying to keep in mind the season performance as well as what he made the playoffs last year. That's just kind of where I'm at. What do you think about the Titans?
Come here. I think if we're gonna both, because we can't make like a double list, right? Then we can do like an agreement.
Okay.
Or we can just go off of just what I think, because what I think matters. No, C is good. I think C is a good tier. He's definitely not D. He's not bottom of the barrel, right?
No.
I think C is perfect. He's definitely not B tier. I think B tier are reserved for playoff teams.
Yeah, I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah, so we'll put him at C. That's not bad. Dolphins, we got Spitter. I'll start this one here. I'm gonna put him at the B tier, just because he's had some playoff success. If that's gonna be our grading system, right? Yes and no. He's got some playoff success. He's got some regular season success, but he also has some horrible fucking seasons, especially last cycle.
Yeah, he was really bad with the Chiefs to kind of kick it off. But I mean, he got caught a stride. But yeah, I mean, I put him in the B tier as well. He's had some playoff success. He's a good user. Are we incorporating team building into this at all?
Absolutely. I think this should encompass everything: team building, stick skills, and success and wins. In red zone.
Yeah, I think B tier is great for Spitta.
Yeah, Big Bro's he's not a bad user by any means. He's not a bad team builder. He drafts relatively well. He just hasn't, been a standout guy. So,
sure.
Our first big player here, Moji. I think we can agree that he's just S
Wait, time out. The Browns are
Browns.
Longville.
Yep, Browns, Longville, Bengals. That's my first fuck up. I'm not even gonna cut that.
You think Longville goes to S tier?
Hell no. D tier, dog. D all day. That motherfucker suck.
Oh. All right, why?
He's not proven. He's not consistent. He doesn't draft worth a damn. He doesn't do anything in free agency. Nice guy, right? But stick skills, like he beat KJ to start off the cycle. And from what I can see, it ain't really too hard to beat KJ's bitch ass. You just gotta stop the inside zone. Different discussion.
Yeah.
He's one of the bottom of the barrel users for now, and that's just I think D tier. What do you think?
I mean, I'm right there with you. Longville, he's a nice guy. He's got to coach some kids, but he had that one win against King John. But outside of that, like, what has he really, like, where has he been successful? And I can't think of anything. But he's got plenty of time.
Yeah, he's got time to grow. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. But just for now, he's just bottom of the Jaguars. Yep. Jim, go ahead, start this one. What do you think?
Oh man, that is a tough one because like we've talked about Jim as a team builder. We talked about Jim on defense. I'm gonna stick him. I would put him in the C tier, but he's borderline. Um, I mean, and that's just what I think, because I mean, it could go either way. C tier for probably for me for Jim.
It can go either way. I'm gonna put Jim in the B tier, and I'll explain why. Jim is one of those. Okay, yeah, he hasn't won a chip. I mean, he hasn't had much playoff success, but he is not a pushover unless you're Moji. Anybody else that Jim plays against, you can't even call him a trap game because he can win. He's beaten everybody in this league. He's an excellent defensive player, excellent defensive, just team builder in general. So that has to warrant for something, right? It can't just always be okay, chip, and then that's it. You know,
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, maybe that should be the benefactor, like right, but it should encompass everything too. And as a team builder and as a defensive player, Jim is. I think he's B tier.
I don't hate that pick, man, because he's really. I mean, I played him the other night, and I went into that game thinking like, man, I'm about to beat the Jags because like they're the Jags, and
Right.
then I'm down like a touchdown. I'm down 10 points, and like, oh my god, like what's going on? Felt like a trap game, but like you said, it's not a trap game. It's Jim.
I think he gets it together with that team. We all talked about it, all the podcasts. Young quarterback, young offense, defense is there to build on, and you got a guy who wants to build, and that's his
Yep.
team. I know. I think he's a Dolphins fan. Maybe he's a Jaguars fan. I'm tripping, dude. Like, let's go. I think Jim gets some in that division too. I think he gets some success.
He's a Dolphins fan, but they're
Dolphins
close.
fan. I
It's close.
thank you. You're always here to get my back.
I got you, bro.
Your brother, I'm gonna put him at C. Yes, he's won a chip. We can't take that away from him.
Yep.
But that's all he's ever done. And he'll never do it again.
Nope.
And he consistently is at the bottom of drafting, team management, free agency. He never does anything unless he has a shit ton of money. And maybe once a season he'll pop up and spend some money. Other than that, he's too busy playing basketball or jerking off.
Yep.
Bottom of the tier user as far as with stick skills. Yay, he's had some competitive games the last two games against some top 10, top 5 users, but trap game, right? And he still lost it. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, if he doesn't win that championship, I mean, I would make the argument he's in the D tier.
Yeah,
But like,
that's
he's won a championship. Man, I feel like if Brandon if he participated more in red zone and he actually like did stuff, he'd have a better team and probably would have a bit more success than what he usually does. But he, like you said, he's bottom of the barrel guy. I mean, he's just not going to win a ton of games. So
if this is
he's fine.
2K, he's here.
Sure.
Easy. No argument. No one's going to say anything about that. But this is Madden. He's here and he's treading here. That chip put him here. The
Yep.
chip ain't putting him here. He's not
No.
a B tier user. He's a C.
Well, like what other playoff successes he had outside of that one season, and I'm not a playoff guy either, but like, I think this runs in the family sucking at Madden. So you know what I'm saying?
We can agree to that. Vikings.
All right, just put him in the S tier.
Nah, we're not doing that.
Come on, man, bro. Come on, man.
Nope.
3. Come on, man.
It's like, come on, stop playing. Nope, we're putting him in the B tier.
In the B tier, huh?
Yep.
Let's hear this. I'm curious.
I don't even want to talk about it. I'm tired of giving him airtime. He's B tier. You can talk about it. You can talk about why you think he should go to the S. Go ahead.
So for obvious reasons, I think he's S tier. Do I think he's corny sometimes?
Oh,
Yes.
Turner almost hit that. Sorry.
No, you good? I'm watching it. I think he's corny sometimes, sure, but on the sticks, I think he's almost second. I think he is second to none. He's a good team builder. I mean, he's won 8 rings. What else can you say? I've got him in the S tier. Reed's got him in the B tier. Let's move on.
You know what? I'll bite. I'll give it 30 seconds.
Okay.
His attitude and the way he is as a person brings down every bit of credibility he has on the sticks. He's a piece of shit, so that just deteriorates all of his success. And if we're gonna put Jim as far as not having great stick skills, but all the other categories are really high, then we also have to factor in his assholeness and piece of shitness and douchebaggery has to go into account to drop his rating. Does that make sense?
I'm good with it. That's
30
fine.
seconds, B tier. All right, Rock, A, baby.
A
Rock
tier.
is A. What's keeping Rock from S, for me, is just the longevity. I think that's fair. I think he's definitely an A tier user. You can probably make the argument after this cycle that he will be an S tier user,
Hmm.
but for now, I believe he's A.
I'm right there with you. He's won a Super Bowl, and he's going to be successful going forward. He lost. He dropped a game to Tico, and Tico is not a pushover. He's got a really good team, and he's a good user.
Yeah, yeah.
But like Rock, he's not going to win every single game. But I think he's an A tier user. He's very good. He's probably going to move up to S tier once this is all said and done. So I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Even with Brady, once Brady retires in like 2 more seasons, like I think the algorithm always makes him do. He's gonna draft a hell of a quarterback. He'll find an answer, and he'll still be badass. So
Yep.
49ers and Kelly, man, go ahead.
Um. So as a newbie or somewhat newbie, how many Super Bowls has Kelly won? Because he won a couple last cycle, right?
Yeah,
Man, as a Madden player and a GM, Kelly's got to go in the S tier for me. I think he is incredible on the sticks. He plays really well. He doesn't play cheesy or to the meta. He just knows how to play Madden and knows how to play football. And I got to give it to him, man. We both play division with him, and we can sit here and slurp Kelly all day long. But the reality is, he's going to win a ring this cycle, and he's going to win more rings in more cycles. I think he's just S tier guy.
no arguments here. He's phenomenal. Drafting, team building, stick skills, not being so fucking lame. He had a moment of lameness last cycle but you could forgive that just because of his overall body of work. Like he's not normally a lame person.
Agreed.
Overall, it's just he's an S tier guy, man. So yeah, I 100% agree with that. Moving on, Falcons in. I'm gonna put my
The boy.
boy. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at the B tier. I don't. He'll probably want me to put him at A. He know he's not an S. I think he's B tier. Not much playoff success. It's a very good team builder. No one can take anything away from me about that. He cares and he spends his time on his teams. That
Yeah.
accounts for something, right? Um, he's got his hands full here, so this right here will test his mettle as far as being everything. Sticks, drafting, all of that. This is a great test for him. He didn't have that test last cycle. See how he answers.
Yeah, I totally agree. B tier is a great place for him. He hasn't, like you said, had a ton of playoff success, but he's always a threat, a contender to make it in the playoffs and maybe steal a game. And I think Ian's a really good team builder. I was in a division with him a couple cycles ago, and he's a stand-up guy, great user on the sticks, great team builder. I mean, B tier is pretty good.
Ravens S. I don't even need to talk about him. The big head fuck. Brainiac is just great. That's it. What you got?
Yeah, Megamind's pretty good at Madden, for sure,
Yeah.
and he's going to continue to be, especially with that Ravens team. It's kind of unfair, but what do you do, man? S
Yeah.
tier for me.
Bears, JP. What you got?
Oh, this is a spicy one. Put him in the C tier, man.
Really?
Got to put him in the C. Well, okay. Can
Don't
we
change just
fact?
because I said really. Go ahead. Stick with your
No.
guns.
My question is, can we factor in his contributions to the league, or are
No,
we
no, 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 no.
sticking?
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
So JP, beloved JP, right? He just, he's not when he makes playoffs. It's a good thing, but it doesn't happen very often, and at least that
That's
I can
fair.
remember.
That's fair.
Um, and if we're gonna put Brandon in the C tier, then I think JP probably fits right there. Now he's obviously better than Brandon, but I mean, playoff success is hard to come by. He's a good user, but that's just where I think. What do you think?
I wholeheartedly disagree. I want to put him in the A, but I'm gonna put him in the B.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna put JP in the B. He's not an easy out, bro.
No,
Oh
he's not.
man, he's
He's
not
not.
an easy. Brandon's an easy out. Andy's an easy out. JP's not an easy out. JP's better on the sticks than him. He's a better drafter. He's a better team builder. That alone puts him to me like B tier is middle of the road, right? I think that's fair
Sure.
to say. and
Okay.
he's definitely not as far as these three other teams that we have C and D. As far as continuity, no man, he's definitely a B tier guy. He won't be an A tier guy because he has no playoff success outside of maybe he went to one Super Bowl, I believe. I believe
Really?
he
I didn't know
did.
that.
Yeah, a couple cycles ago he made it to one Super Bowl. He didn't win it, obviously.
Yeah.
He's definitely not an S tier user. So I think B is he's a good out, competitive always, and his availability
Yeah.
like that alone. The guy is always ready to fucking play. You never have to worry about scheduling the game with JP.
Nope.
If a
He's always
fucking
available.
dude, yeah, if the Vance is at 9-1, he's in your DMs. You want to play? Let's fucking go. Like, yo, I love that shit. I love to be in the division with him.
Hey, S tier guy, but I
Sure,
think he's
fair.
gonna be, borderline, like almost in B, but I think playoff success kind of, at least that I've seen, because I haven't been around forever. I think he's still C tier, but like borderline,
I
like
respect that.
stepping into B.
Sure. Moji, S tier. For what done me over was that Jets team that he took out of the box. They were fucking horrible, and he took them to the conference championship game. And then a couple seasons later, he wins a Super Bowl. Like that body of work alone, he was in that same situation that Ian is in now. Outside of having a young quarterback, which Moji had last cycle, Ian has a veteran. But taking a sorry ass team out of the box and then doing something with them, he's doing it again with his Bengals. This Bengals team isn't as bad as that Jets team was. It's got way more weapons and a better quarterback.
Yeah. Um, there's no debate. Moji is an S tier user, great team builder. He has a different way of doing team building, but
Yeah,
he always comes out on the other side in Super Bowls or conference championship games. Doesn't matter who he's got. He went. Didn't he go to the Super Bowl with the Jets last cycle, or was it conference championship on the first season?
first season conference championship. Yeah, I just said that.
Unbelievable. Well, I didn't know if it was Super Bowl or not. I wasn't listening.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, S tier all the way.
Pat, we're putting Pat in the C. I'll
Tier.
explain. Yes, he has a ring. Yes, he's had playoff success in a couple Super Bowl appearances and a lot of NFC conference championship games. But I fucking hate Pat. So his inside zone, fucking halfback stretch, he's going C tier.
Wow.
No, it's not.
Gameplay.
He's not consistent. He doesn't draft well. He doesn't team build well. Though that Jaguars team last cycle, he did build very well. You have to mention that. You have to give him credit for that. With previous cycles, when Pat had the Packers or when Pat had any other team, he's fucking ass. And he's terrible. He had one good cycle with the Jaguars, so I'm not gonna bank everything. If I'm gonna put Brandon down in the C team, I'm gonna put Pat there too.
Okay. I don't hate that take. I personally think Pat's a B tier user, and even though his gameplay is super lame,
We'll put him there.
I think that like he did go to the Super Bowl with the Packers, I believe, in the last cycle.
Jaguars.
Not the Jaguars. He did go to the Super Bowl in that cycle, and he won it. The one before that, I think he went to a Super Bowl with the Packers. I don't really remember.
He did. Yeah,
Uh,
he did.
So I'm gonna give that to him. I think he's a middle of the road guy. Like if you play Pat, he's not a pushover. He's not a free win. He's gonna play you tough, even though he plays you pretty lame for the most part. I
Fucking
think he's a
lame.
B. Yeah.
And you know what though? I don't blame him. When you have Zeke and his abilities, right?
Yeah.
For him to go X Factor, he has to take a fucking loss, right? Behind the line of scrimmage, which never happens because the offensive line is
Yeah.
great. I don't blame him for running the way he runs Zeke, man. It's just fucking lame. But again, what are you gonna do about it, right?
Yeah. I think. Hey, Pat probably will never know about this.
That
You
too.
know,
Piece of shit. Never. Yeah. Anyways, Texans new guy. I'm gonna put him at the D.
yeah, let's put him there.
Unproven. I think that's fair to say. He's won some great games, and he's actually doing pretty good. I think his quarterback is leading the league in passing. That's not bad, but he's gonna go deep
No,
because he ain't done shit.
I think he'll be a B tier guy before you know it.
Mm,
But
that's
the
fair.
new guy's got to start at D because gameplay wise, he's good. He's really pretty good.
Have you played him yet?
No, I've watched his games because I almost traded him Chandler Jones, thinking I was going to get like a top 5 pick, and
Mm.
It got denied, thank God, and now he's leading the AFC South because he just looks better than the other guys um,
Hmm.
so far. So we'll see if Zach can step up with the Colts, and then Jim. I think Jim's pretty much mailing it in.
I don't think Jim's melted it in. But speaking of Zach, C tier.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's C. I think that's fair to say. He cares. He tries to team build, but he's ass, right? He makes bad decisions. His stick skills, he's being exposed as this Colts user. When you had the Cowboys last cycle, you can make a lot of errors that you could, and he competed because of that roster. He has the Pat syndrome now. Is what I'm going to start calling it.
Sure.
A average user with a great team is what Pat does, and he's getting exposed now, man. These Colts they suck.
So I think the C tier is appropriate. He's made the playoffs, and I think he may have won a game or two, or no, maybe like one game in the playoffs. But like we've talked about, he's kind of unproven. I think he's pretty decent on the sticks, but um, he tried to go with Sam Ellinger out the gate, but ended up sticking with Carson Wentz, and like the team is not great yet. We'll see how the GMing goes, but I think he'll be fine. I think C tier kind of if he makes playoffs a couple times, I think he'll be a B tier guy.
Hmm. Tico, I'm gonna put Tico at A.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm gonna put him at A because I think he's one of the better. He's one of the better users. His contribution alone to the league has to be warranted for something. He's a good team builder. He has moments where he can be lame, but he also has moments where he's just fucking phenomenal. And he hasn't won a Super Bowl, but he's better than what we have at the bottom of him. He can beat
Sure.
those guys easily. If you look at those guys and you see him playing against Tico, especially with this Rams roster, you're gonna put your money on Tico.
Yeah. Now, I personally like if there was a B plus tier, I put Tico in it. So A tier is fine. I think Tico. I mean, he's had success before. He's not a bad team builder. He's pretty good on the sticks. But Tico is not always like at the end of the road in the playoffs. Like I feel like Rock and Tico. I think in most games they play 10 times. I think Rock wins more of those. But
Sure.
like you said, I mean, it's close. So I think A tier. I don't hate that take. Like I said, I think he's more of like a B plus kind of guy, and I think Tico's a great guy, and I'm glad he's back.
Fox, C tier. I would put him at D, but he's won some games. To you know what? Yeah, he's fucking D. He's terrible, terrible
Wow.
user. He's winning some games now because of that Chargers fucking roster. Outside of that, like, he's terrible. Terrible
Wow.
drafter, terrible team player, terrible not team player, team builder. Pain in the ass to schedule. Dunce in the chat. Can't manage. D tier.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that. Sorry, I was like, man, he going in on Fox. Yeah, if we're going chat wise, I'm putting him there too. But like gameplay wise, he's not really scrubby. He went toe to toe with Jake in week one, had a shootout, won
Who
that. I
hasn't
mean,
though? Who hasn't?
it's true. It's true. And offensively, though, I mean, Fox has been leading the league in a lot of areas, and I can't go without acknowledging that.
Sure.
So, like, I'm thinking C tier, but I don't hate the D tier take at all.
This is two for two
Don't.
now for BM Coaching Tree being in the D tier. I mean, it's a narrative, right? That we're making
It
here.
is. Yep. Yeah, it's I hate the narrative word.
And speaking
Gotta
of
have it.
BM Coaching Tree here, we got Queen John. Go ahead. I have nothing nice to
Okay.
say.
You may not like this, but I'm putting him in the A tier, and here's why. That so the Steelers roster he had last year defensively was impossible to play against. Do I think his gameplay is kind of whack, especially with the aura surrounding user D line last cycle? Yeah,
Right,
like he
right.
was pretty lame. But as a user and offensively and in the run game, I mean, he's been in the playoffs. He made some noise in the playoffs. He is a problem. And with this Chiefs team, he's going to continue to be a problem.
To me, he's a good team builder, but he's an exploitive player. I don't like guys like that. He
I agree.
exploits. He exploits the game. He doesn't play the game for what it should be. He's not fucking Sim. Let's just go ahead and say that right now. He plays the
Wow.
game. Yeah, he plays the game. He's a good Madden player. I cannot take that away from him at all. If this league had no rules, he would be him and Aston and a couple other guys would just be unfucking stoppable.
Hmm.
He's a great Madden player. He's a horrible fucking sim player. And that Steelers team gives you that point. He's a meta guy. I don't know. He isn't a Madden single subscriber, but he's definitely one of those guys who he exploits the game. He exploits the D line last season to
Wow.
fucking he exploited his offense to where he force fed any running back he ever drafted to ever get devved up because he just it's fucking lame. Um, he's a good team
He
builder,
did do
man.
that.
You can't take that away from him as far as his team building and his stick skills. He's a great. I will put him at the A. I'll keep him at the A tier with you. I agree, but I want to point that out that he's not a fun player to play against. He's already got my least fun to play. But that's just
Wow.
my personal graph. The league doesn't have to subscribe to that, and neither do you. So
So, for you heard it here first, Red Zone. Reed thinks King John is lobby. He's
he's not
lobby.
lobby. I don't know. There's a difference between being lobby and
Lame.
lobby, lame, and cheesy. He is cheesy.
Sure. Okay. All right. Cool.
He's lame and
Had to
he's cheesy,
clarify.
but he's not lobby. He doesn't he
Sure.
doesn't do the money plays and he doesn't do like the lobby fucking left sticking. He doesn't do that. But he's lame and he's cheesy, man. And I think that that's
Okay.
just the exploitive can go hand in hand with being cheesy, right?
Yeah, that's a good take. I think that's good. I'm
All
good with
right.
that.
Saints main event. I don't remember this dude at all. It
Me neither. Oh,
pains me because he talks to me like he knows me, and I don't know. I'm gonna put him at the C tier because I don't know who this guy is. But I tell you what though, I am impressed with how he's been playing some fucking football.
yeah, man. It looks good.
Yeah, but that Saints roster is great, so there's no complaints there. But he's been playing very good, and I was impressed with how he played against Romesso, even though, you know, it's a pretty good game.
Yeah. Main event, man. I mean, he's been in the league. I had no idea who he is,
I
but I
don't
mean,
know.
gameplay wise, he looks like he knows what he's doing, and he's winning games. So
In a
I
very
think,
competitive division too, mind you.
sure, yeah,
Giants. He's gonna be D just because Monty's still unproven, and then he's very lobbying. He's trying to work out the kinks of that. He's trying. He's trying to be better. Lobby. Monty's not cheesy. He's just very lobby. I can work with
hmm,
that. You know what I mean? To me, when and you have a guy who wants to fix his gameplay and be a better player for the league, I respect that 100%.
absolutely.
So
Um, yeah, I personally, I think so. Gameplay wise, like yeah, I played him in a scrimmage this off season, and there were those tendencies. He was kind of on the lobby side of things, but like after watching him, he gave the ball to Saquon like 20 times.
can't
Like,
hate on it.
no, I mean he knows what he's doing with that team.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a C tier guy, gameplay wise and team building wise. It looks like he knows how to orient a game plan around his best player. So C tier, I think is good, but D tier, I get it.
I don't think he has enough time to be considered a good team builder. He came in towards the tail end of that last cycle with the Colts, right?
Sure.
Which we had a really good roster because of what Jake built up there. I don't consider him a good team builder just yet. Let's see what he does with this Giants team. Let's see
Yeah.
how he does with that cap space and
I
that
will say
roster.
though, I like how he traded away those two guys, and he got 2 firsts out of it, I believe.
Yeah, can't hate
So
on that.
that's pretty good. He's got a lot of picks. If he hits on them, then we'll have that conversation.
Exactly. You understand. Exactly.
Gotcha.
Me, I'm probably A. Just put myself at A. I'm definitely not
Let's
B.
hear it. Self slurp, baby. Show it to me.
I'm not a B tier user. I'm a good team builder. I'm a good drafter. I'm competitive. If I had won a chip, you could probably put me at S, but I haven't. I've always been every cycle I've been there. I just haven't finished it. So
S tier top, baby.
nah.
Uh, I think A tier is appropriate. Lots of playoff success.
Right.
Good team builder.
Fucking
Fun to
slurp me,
play.
dog.
I mean, I'm slurping you, baby. I'm slurping.
Yes, daddy. Yes. Oh yes.
I expect. Well, you shouldn't. I don't expect that because I'm very poopy. But yeah, S tier is good. I'm good with
Great
that.
play. Great play, Bellinger.
A tier, sorry.
Pittsburgh. Mmm. Mmm.
Ah man, come on. Not my boy
Mm-mm.
Theo.
With the Packers, he had
Oh, sorry.
middle to bottom line success. With this Steelers team, he is getting his cheeks spread and pounded every time he's on the sticks. The boy is, I didn't say boy, that's rude. The man is D tier material.
Wow,
I like
that
Theo.
makes me
We
sad.
always say that, don't we? We like Theo. Theo's a great guy. Theo's cool. Don't give a fuck.
So cool.
Theo is ass on them sticks, dog.
Man, I don't want. I will not slander Theo, but D tier is probably appropriate. Honestly, honestly,
You want to expound on that? Or we're just gonna we're cool with that being at the
I
D.
think. I don't think he's really been here that long enough to where he could really prove. Over time, is he a good team builder? He took over for Lefty. Did not have a ton of success with a Packers team that was loaded. So I mean, I don't think he's a C tier guy. I think he's a D tier guy. But I want to see him in a B tier at some point.
I want to say that Packers team when he took over wasn't loaded because Lefty was being Lefty, and Lefty doesn't need a supporting cast to make him fucking great because he's Lefty and he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So a lot of pieces were gone from that team, and Lefty by himself covered a lot of holes, right? So
Yeah.
yes, he had Adams, and I think he had the tail end of Rogers, and he went with Love for a bit. So, the team wasn't fucking, he had Aaron Jones, sure,
Fair enough.
but
Yeah,
still,
fair enough.
that Pittsburgh defense should be lights out, and he is getting
Sure.
he's getting blown with no Vaseline.
Offense stinks, though, man. Like,
Oh,
they got Chase Claypool is probably their best player. The offensive line is atrocious. Big Ben's terrible. So I don't think offensively he didn't get a good hand in that way, but the defense should be making games closer.
and he's in a division where he has to be flawless because he's in a division with two S tier users, two proven fucking champions, and he has Long Villain. Yes, he's another D tier guy, but he's sneaky, man.
Yeah, it beat King John. So
Man, I ain't saying much. Fuck him. Nick, I'm gonna put Nick at C. I'm gonna put Nick at D.
that's what I think too.
Yeah, he's a D tier user. Fuck him. Packers, what you got?
Glenn, huh? I think I'm going D tier here.
Yeah,
Perennial, top 5 pick every season. I
yeah,
think Glenn's. I love that Glenn's in the league and he's a super cool guy. But like
right.
team building, gameplay, I don't think he's good at either one of them.
He's middle of the road in team building. He does try. He made some really good trades with that Pats team last cycle. Um, but if we were to have like a tally or a stat of throwing interceptions in red zone history, he's already eclipsed that number by at least
A
50.
lot.
Like
Yeah,
it makes no sense for someone to throw so many interceptions. I think he had 50 a couple times last cycle.
he did.
Yeah, D tier, and that's just that. Ramesu, I'm gonna put him at the S.
Really, S tier.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that chip he won with the Cardinals solidified his team building. It solidified his stick skills. It solidified his overall. He elevated his game. He would have been an A to a T to a B tier user if not for that Cardinals success. But
Yeah.
man, like out of the box, right? The Cardinals team out of the box last cycle, it wasn't that good. And he took that team, bro, and he fucking If you look at it from when Adele had the Cardinals one cycle to him having the Cardinals the next cycle, the Cardinals have been a very like you got some fucking shoes to fill when it comes
Yeah,
to having the Cardinals because the last two years that has had that team has won
we're raw.
championships and has
Very
fucking
good.
killed it. But they've all done it with the bad Cardinals team out of the box. You have a good Cardinals team out of the box. I'll get to you later. As far as Remesu, yeah, he solidified himself 100% as an S tier user.
Yeah, I'm thinking A plus tier, S tier, because Ramesu is great on the sticks. You saw he's number one in the Ram score, by the way, which those numbers are also not subjective whatsoever. Um, so I can't agree more. I'm not gonna sit here and waste the time, but I think he's an S tier as well.
Yeah. BM man, I have BM A tier. When you have a guy who can develop a coaching tree similar to Andy Reid and have
Yeah,
a bunch of proteges under you, he's won a Super Bowl. We're gonna give him that. He's a good team builder. He cares. He's around. He does what he has to do. He just hasn't had success the last couple of cycles, right? The Texans team that he had was really good. He had a previous team that he won a Super Bowl with that was really fucking good. Last cycle wasn't his best. I believe he
yeah,
had the Dolphins, and he had some playoff success. Let's not get that wrong. He also won a Super Bowl, I believe, too, but he didn't win it. And I think that he's an A tier guy. Like this guy is always a hard out. He's always competitive.
yeah. A tier is appropriate because BM is really good on the sticks. Now, were there moments where he had like the Preston Williams stuff, the scandal or whatever was exploitive to some degree.
Yeah,
Um, so
it's
like,
that whole tree, man.
the, yeah, I don't think that really knocks him down a peg though. I think he had that moment. He typically is a really good user, and he's a tough out. A tier is good.
Redskins, Jake, he's A tier. Only thing keeping him from an S tier is a ring. Regular season success. Oh man, Jake is one of the best when it comes to regular season success. Off season, phenomenal team builder. Stick skills, phenomenal fucking stick skills. Longevity, it's there. The only thing he's missing is a ring, man. I think Jake is S tier. Jake is in my top 10 easily.
Yeah. So let me ask you this before we do it. I just kind of wanted to take a rabbit trail here. Let's look back at Cameron Killings for a minute, and can we answer truly and honestly here on Bama Boys podcast,
Mm-hmm.
was that a good trade giving up 3 years worth of first round picks?
Yes, because you don't. That's a generational quarterback. That's another Andrew
Yeah.
Luck. That's another Michael Vick, and that's what he was. He was Michael Vick and Andrew Luck put into a fucking package. You had to go out of your way to get that guy. Now, a better question is, did it pan out? No, it didn't, because he didn't win a fucking. He invested so much into this guy, and he devved him. Well, he's a superstar out of the box because he's just fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he built up pretty good around him. And the guy has some really good abilities. He had that tight end ability that was just fucking just ridiculous. Jake
Yeah.
took advantage of all of that.
Unbelievable.
Jake took advantage of all of that. But a better question is, did it pan out? And no, it didn't.
No. I mean, I agree. I think if you're Jake, you make that move. Ikem did a great job getting everything he could out of that team.
Sure.
So, and if Ikem were a better user, I think that that would have made one heck of a difference in Minnesota. But he just couldn't win a lot of games. Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna put you at the B tier. Um,
Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
you're better than C and D tier teams. You've beaten C and D tier teams. Um, I just think with that Saints team, you had some struggles, but no one ever calls you an easy out. No one goes and says, "Yeah, I'm about to go and fucking blow Spence out." Nah, man, they're gonna come and fucking play. Like I took that same mentality. Why is my stream not working? I took that same mentality last cycle, and it was you were a trap game at one point, but now you got super fucking competitive. Now you got you got some big shoes to fill, bro.
Yeah,
And
Dell and those guys were pretty good.
the Della Ramesu was phenomenal with that team. Out of the box, the team was not good. And out of the box this year, that team is incredible. So I think that team is on par with that Bucks team as far as outside of Tom Brady to Murray. Obviously, Brady's fucking better, but you got Murray, a superstar,
Sure.
and that supporting cast is just as good, bro.
Yeah, I would put myself in C tier, just simply because of the fact I have yet to see any playoffs at all. Um, and I've beaten, like, I'm sure I've beaten Andrew, sure I've beaten like Zach, but at the same time I have no playoff success. I've never been there.
You're
I
being
went eight.
humble.
I'm being honest. 7 to 8 wins a year is not a C. It's not a B tier guy. Like, I don't really compare to Ian Johns or JP or all those guys yet. But I might luck out and change that. I don't know.
I
Just
think that's
being real.
fair. I think that's fair. I put it at C. I think that's fair. K Fox with these Bills, we're gonna put him at the C.
Ooh, R Fox.
R Fox, you can make the point to put him at D because he had a horrible time with the Lions,
Yeah,
but he's balling like now, and I think that C is fair. I think C is fair.
yeah. I don't think he's a D tier user. I do think he's superior to K Fox. By the way, R
Absolutely,
Fox
he's the
is
better brother
he's
for sure.
yeah I mean, he's pretty good with that Bills team, and C tier is not an easy out whatsoever.
Blueprint, mm,
Spicy. I'd say B.
you say B?
Yeah, I think media wise he's awesome, and I think he's a really great guy.
That
But
matters.
yeah, so I mean borderline A tier, but
No, definitely not A. Um, I would put him at C. I'm gonna go with B.
I think
I
B's better.
I think B is a safer bet for him, but yeah, team building, man, it's not good.
He has struggled in the past with that, but like he went and got Grady Jarrett this before the cycle started, and Grady Jarrett apparently, according to Rammy's film room, is pretty good.
Yeah. Mm. Jets D. Robo
Yeah,
Negro. Yeah, Robo Negro is not cutting it.
yeah, it's not even. I don't even want to spend the time on that, to be honest.
I'm surprised he's still around. Pats, Cad. You can put Cad at B, right?
Cad's a B tier, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Cad's B. I don't want to slurp
Well,
him too hard. Let's give Cad a little bit of love. He's the
oh
last
yeah,
pick. He's the last pick, and we've been exhausting. It's been 47 minutes, but we'll give Cad a little love. Go ahead.
he's the king of slurping, so why shouldn't we do the same? Um, but Cad, man, I mean, again, he had the Ravens. It's like I was in the division with him, and sure, Lamar Jackson was a nuisance, and he still is. But he did a good job. He made the playoffs, built that team up really good to where the meta needed to be. You had to have those two really good corners, and press those guys, and you're going to win games that way. So, like, Cad did a good job with that team. He has been to the playoffs. I don't know about the success of the playoffs, but he's a B tier guy.
He would be A, but you have a Ravens one cycle, then you have the Seahawks the next cycle, and you don't win with either of those quarterbacks, with those rosters, with those defenses. Um, you're gonna be in the middle of the road because the success isn't there, right? If Cat had won, I've had some type of playoff success, at least with the Seahawks or Ravens, I can make the point for
Sure.
putting him at A because he's a good user. Cat is never an easy out. Cat is a decent team builder. He's not bad by any means. No one's gonna sit here and say Cat. Besides that one cycle, I believe his first cycle he had a horrible blunder. And
Yeah.
now that I think about it, he fucked up with the Seahawks one cycle, and then he did something stupid with the Ravens too. Yeah, Cat's a terrible team builder. So we're gonna keep Cat at B though. Um,
Yeah. I think it's good.
I think that's a yeah. That's our list.
Agree.
Bama boys tier. We agreed on all these picks. Maybe one or two of them. That team in the purple, the bald head guy. We didn't agree on that, but I think that's fair, right? Outside of that,
Yeah.
man, that's the
It's a
list.
good tier list.
That's not a bad tier list, bro.
No, it's pretty solid.
I
Ugh,
want to get to. We're almost done. This has been our longest pod, so hopefully
we're
the
good.
content is there for you motherfuckers. I want to get to week 4 slated games. Let me drag that over. We'll get our picks in. Last week we didn't do too hot, so I'm gonna make
No.
a I'm gonna make a count after this week so we can get our tally down and see who's. We'll make a little bet between me and you
What's that?
if you're in. You can
I'm
disagree.
in.
All right, cool. The winner has to buy the next player, the next Madden.
Okay, so is this season or like cycle long?
Cycle long, as long as
Bet
we
I'm
continue
in,
to do
bro.
this show,
Okay,
which I don't have a problem doing the show for the whole cycle because you're awesome. So
appreciate that, my friend.
I will tally up
It's
going
insane.
forward, and I'll show you the spreadsheet so you know that I'm not cheating, and you can cross reference if you need to, and
Okay,
we will go from there. I did this something similar like this with our division. So
okay, big bet. I like it.
what's up, buddy? What's the matter? Okay. Huh? Okay. I don't know. My son gave me his phone.
You good, bro?
I don't know why his ass still up. Anyways, they're on fall break, so I'm letting them stay up
Yeah.
late.
Same.
Yeah. Week 4, Browns Vikings. Who you got?
Obviously, I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark that down. That's Vikings. Bucks Pats. Who you got?
Give me the Bucks.
Be ready and prepared for
I'm
that
gonna go with
slider in the
Cat.
dirt.
Okay,
I
Let's
think
hear it.
Cat. I think Cat's defense is
Advantage
gonna
of
come to
pitch
play,
that
man.
gets
I
away
think
from
it's gonna
Smith.
lock up Brady. This is that big game,
Molina is
right?
a
That was
prime double
televised
play
all over the
candidate.
fucking internet and Sports
A
Center.
slow runner.
But yeah, I think Cat wins this one. You
Yeah, I think
against
And a
Tico.
chase.
spicy.
Got him way out in front.
You and
Molina
Tico.
missed a good chunk of the last week of the season.
Uh, I'm going Tico on this one. It's gonna be real with you, man. I'm not picking myself.
Bro, come on. This is divisional game. You have to come to play.
I do, but I don't want to buy you Madden if I ain't got to. So, uh,
Fair. I'm picking Tico
give me the
too.
Rams.
Yeah, that's Tico all day. KJ beat me. Fuck him. Colts, Dolphins. I don't think they've played yet, but Spitter's back. Hey, he's got his Xbox, and he played pretty good. I'm
Very
gonna
good.
pick him to take the Colts down.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Okay, give me the Dolphins, man.
Now this is gonna be a good one. Can Jake stop the bleeding? And can Ian John score points? This is one of those games where it's like, okay, who's gonna fucking? I don't know. I'm gonna take Ian for this one though.
I'm taking Ian as well, and here's why. Ian played the Giants, and the game was pretty close, and he played really well, even with Matt Ryan. And I don't know if Ian's full on taking at this point, but I think if he really tries in this game, I think he'll score enough to win that game.
Hmm. Giants and Saints, man. Taking the Saints.
Taking the Saints, give me the Giants. I want the Giants there.
No way. He's not beating main event. It's not happening.
I don't know, man. I think Monty's offense is too potent.
Emoji already beat a Jim, so no need there. And Lions Bears, JP all day. This is gonna be a fucking blowout,
Blowout, huh? I think
dude. Yeah,
this
yeah,
is the best JP's been, man.
yeah.
Honestly, he's beaten some good players.
He beat the brakes off of Emoji last fucking week.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Beast doesn't stand a fucking chance at all. I think Panthers, Cowboys. I think Remesu already won. Cowboys are ass. Raiders, Chargers.
Give me the Raiders, baby. I want the Raiders.
I'm going with the Chargers on this one.
Going with the assistant coach of the tree.
Yep. Ravens, Broncos. That's a Dell all day. Next. Seahawks, Niners. Ooh, yeah, it's Kelly. Kelly's winning that one.
Oh man. So this is where I'm at on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly is obviously a better user than Blueprint because Kelly's an S tier, but he also threw like he threw like 6 interceptions almost, or 4 or 5. I don't remember. He threw a lot of picks that last game, and I'm not really a big old fan. I think he played Glenn, so I'm give me the Hawks here, man. Give me Blueprint
Wow.
and Blueprint.
Okay. Steelers, Packers. Yeah, this is This isn't the game that Steelers are going to come out to. They're going to lose that one. Glenn's going to win that one.
I agree. I think
You
go
think what?
pack there.
Okay.
Okay. So
Texans, Bills.
yeah.
Texans, Bills. Yeah, that's our Fox all day.
Nah, give me Biggs. Give me David Mills and an
Really?
upset, if you want to call it an upset.
I don't think it's an upset, but I think the Bills are going to win that one. Titans, Jets, Titans, dog. If it even gets
Yeah,
played,
obviously.
might be a sim for Titans. I can tell you're getting burned out. I think I lost you. Yeah, I lost you. Oh well, we're done anyways. That's the picks. See y'all later.